everyone. Uh, for those that don't know me, my name is Jason, and it's been a long time since I've done a recording. I've been kind of busy, but now that I am successfully unemployed, um, I have a little bit more time when I'm not posting resumes to play some games. So this is the Kerbal Space Program. For those of you who do not know what program this is a very enjoyable game. I've been playing this ever since it came out in alpha status on Steam, and I have so many hours in this game. It's not even funny, and they just keep coming out with these amazing updates. And it's been a long time since I've played this, so I'm kind of feeling good vibes about. I can see they've done some really cool updates already. It looks really good. So this particular version of the game, I already have a lot of stuff set up. This is kind of like the default sandbox of the game, and the whole premise of the game is just to build spacecraft and fly them. And you can build spacecraft, you can build aircraft, and you can fly them in space or just fly them in the atmosphere. It has a terrific physics engine, so you can actually build boats and float them in the water, submarines. It's an amazing program, and if I were a kid today, the advantages that you have, because although it's not one-to-one with the Earth, I think the Kerbal world, if I'm not mistaken, is like a third the size of the Earth and our existence. So everything is just cut down to a third. But the physics and the gameplay is, it could teach you a lot about spaceflight and, trajectories and terminology and nomenclature and stuff like that. So with no further ado, I think just to see what the new development is like, I would like to try to land on the moon. So I'm going to go into my VAB, the Vehicle Assembly Building, and I'm going to put together a spacecraft to do just that. So let's see. What shall I do? Let's do simple. Let's do a one-man landing. So I'm going to build me a little capsule there. Move that up a little bit. And let's see, first thing we need is some power. I need some power. I need power. Always need power. So let's put, what size battery is that? That looks cool. We could put a battery there. And I need some sort of landing device if I decide to come back to Earth, because I want my guy to live. Let's put a parachute up there. And let's see, power. We need some kind of control. So we have our command and control modules here. I need something a little bit smaller. I think this might be a little bit too large. I might be overkill. I think I might be able to go with, you know what? Let's go with this. How can it hurt, right? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to be landing on the moon, so screw it. Now, I'm going to need some sort of protection for my capsule. And you know what? I made a mistake because I don't want these things to come with me back when I go through the Kerbal's atmosphere. So I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to find me a small heat shield. Oh, that's too small. And put that there. So now, when the capsule comes back through the atmosphere, I can live. It's always good, right? So there we go. That's what we got so far, and I think I might want to put a new stage on there. I think that's good for now for that stage. Actually, we're gonna need some sort of a coupler for that stage. So let's take that off. Let's put a interstage here. Put that there so that when this stage comes off, we'll just have our capsule. Alright, so let's put another let's get a fuel tank in here. Something that's... That might do it. Why not? Screw it. Put an engine there. And this is as basic as it gets, folks. So we got that. Let's put another coupler here. And we could start really building out our interstage, our mid-stage engine, which we want to be a little bit bigger. So we need something that's going to, like a, let's go aerodynamics. Actually, structural. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, so we need to put that there because we're going to have a much bigger fuel tank here. So let's go back to tanks. And, ooh, yeah, that'll work. Daddy like. So we'll put that there. And we need an engine now. What shall we use? Yeah. What would Werner von Braun do? Let's go with that. That's big. Dear Lord, that's big. Okay, so I need another coupler. So we go with something a little bit larger. Would that work? Yeah, that'll work. And we're gonna need a big ass fuel tank. Oh yeah. That's too big. Yeah. That's not gonna work. That might work. Yep. So let's move this up. Need more room. Wow, that's big. Let's find another rocket or engine. We need an engine. Something that's worthy of this monstrosity that I'm creating. That work? Yeah, let's throw those on there. That looks good. Power, baby. Let's move that down, and that should be good. Alright, so even though I have a battery here, I need something that's going to power those batteries. Some sort of solar panel. So, let's put a couple of solar panels right there. And I want to be able to control those with just a button click. So I'm going to choose my 9 key. I'm going to select those, and I'm going to toggle my solar array. So every time I press the key 9, those will extend, like so. And we have solar panels. That's probably overkill. I probably don't need that much power, but you know what? YOLO. I'm going to call this Crazy Moon Lander. I'm going to save that. So, I'm gonna need some landing legs. When this thing lands on the moon, I gotta have some landing legs, right? This might be overkill. Let's try these. Do 3 of those. And we want those to start retracted. And let's get some aerodynamics going here. We need some fins on this baby. Let's get 4 of those. Put them there so we can actually have a little bit of control, because I don't think these are vectoring engines. I think these just push you forward, and where your momentum takes you, you are going. Okay, so let's make sure our staging is correct. And I think what I want here, so like when this fuel is done and this stage goes, I want this to make sure that it pushes away from the rest of the rocket. So I need some kind of small rockets, something Something like that. Yeah, the Separatron. That'll work. So I can't do that because they're pointing up, and that would have the opposite effect of what I'm looking for. So let's flip those upside down, put those there, and if you see they put them down at the bottom part of the staging, that's not going to work because I want them to be here when this stage happens. So I'm going to select those and I'm going to bring them up and I'm going to put them in stage 5. That'll work. And I'm going to do the same thing with this stage because we're crazy like that. And that's that stage right there. So I'm going to select those and I'm going to bring those up at stage 3 so that when this stage detaches, these thrusters will push this out of the way so this engine won't get hit and be destroyed. So I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but you know what? I want to try and fly this sucker. So let's try it. Let's see what we got. Let's save and launch. We are loading. Yeah, this game, I can't tell you how many hours I've played this game in the past, and then I took a break from it because I'm a flight simulator fanatic. I've been playing DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, for a while, and now that I have VR, I'm totally immersed in dogfighting in VR. And for those of you that don't know what dogfighting is, dogfighting not as like puppies. I'm talking about aircraft. So, okay, let's go. I'm going to set my SAS, and I am going to. Looks like everything's good. We have the rocket doesn't seem to be tilting or moving, so we have good weight and balance. Valentina Kerman is ready to go. She is a warrior. So I'm going to bring my thrust up about 3/4 of the way. You can see my throttle here. And I'm going to press my spacebar, and off we go. We have liftoff, and we're on our way. And we're rising, and you can see how fast we're rising into the atmosphere. And right around 10,000 meters or so, I'm going to point the rocket 90 degrees so that we get some forward momentum, because we want to have that forward momentum as we get into the atmosphere so that we can actually orbit the planet. We don't want to just go straight up because then the gravity of the planet is just going to pull us straight down. So we need some, I guess, lateral momentum. So at 10,000, there we are. I'm going to point my rocket 90 degrees. Come on, baby. Push over. Push over. You can do it. I know you can. There you go. Oof. She's wobbling. She's wobbling. Oh my god. What happened? Did I forget something? I might have forgotten a stage. But anyway, let's just do this. Let's try to salvage this. So we're going to get rid of that stage. We're going to go into our next stage. And we're going to boogie. Let's see if we can recover from that awful launch. So right now, our apoapsis is at 100, so we can stop. So our apoapsis, which is the top of our orbit of the planet at this time, is about 112,000 meters and descending a little bit. So I am going to select that. We're going to add a maneuver, and we're going to adjust that maneuver so that our next burn will put us in a stable orbit around the planet, so that roughly our periapsis and our apoapsis is the same, which it's not. It's a little bit off. We have a little bit of a eccentric orbit, and let's hope that burn is correct. So here's our position where we need to get to. So I'm going to select our maneuvering thruster so that we can get positioned into the correct trajectory. And our burn is going to be at 25 seconds. So right now we're at a minute. I'm going to speed this up a little bit so that we can get close there so you don't have to sit here and wait. So we're going to boost that up a little bit. And we're almost there. Let's go back to our view. And there we are. We are in space. Valentina seems all healthy. And we're at 26. Full thrusters for 20 seconds. Let's bring it back a little bit. We seem to be ahead of ourselves. We got good fuel. Three, two, one, and there you go. That seems like a good place to cut it off. We'll get rid of that. And we have a successful orbit, ladies and gentlemen. So, now that we are in a successful orbit, I want to zoom out and I want to see where the Kerbal Moon is, which they spell M-U-N, but there she is. So, to get a good moon shot, I need to have a maneuver right about here. And then I'm going to bring our apoapsis up so that we have a moon interaction. And I'm going to have to... There we go. So, that looks pretty good. Let's bring this back. That might be a little too strong. There you go. Okay, so what's happening here is the moon is orbiting Kerbin, and as it comes through its orbit, what we want to do is we want to fire our engine so that at the periapsis, we want to fire our engine so that it literally pushes us out into space further and further so that we actually have an interaction with this moon at a specific point. Right? So we're going to fly away from Kerbin, and we are going to interact with the moon at this point. So somewhere around here, what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to turn ourselves around, and then we're going to have to fire our engine so that we slow down so that we can actually get captured by the moon's gravitational pull. Because right now, as it stands, if we were to just fire our engines and go and not turn around and slow down, we would literally just go right past the moon. And we'd come all the way around and all the way back, and we would just keep doing this over and over and over again. So we don't want that. So we need to burn for 11 seconds. So we have a while to go yet. So let's speed this up. 13 minutes, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Alright, so we have about let's even speed that up a little bit. Alright, so let's make sure that we put our maneuvering thrusters on so we get into the right orientation, because we don't want to burn backwards here. That would really suck. Then we would deorbit, and that would be bad. Now, I don't know if we're going to have enough fuel in this particular stage to get us all the way there, so hopefully that third stage will get us there. I don't know if it's going to get us back. The hell with it. Valentina's just going to have to live on the moon until I can go save her. But I have somebody else on the moon, so maybe she can go live with that person. Make babies and stuff. Alright, so there we go. You can see our apoapsis growing. Oh, see? I didn't have enough fuel, so now we need to quickly eject that, fire our next thruster, and we are off and running. We got 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. And there you go. Let's give it a little bit more of a push. Alright, that should be perfect. So as you can see, this is our true orbit trajectory. This is our path, and this is the periapsis. And at this point, somewhere in here, we are going to deburn. So let's make sure that our solar panels are out so that we have an electric charge. That's cool. Valentina looks healthy. Didn't stress her out too much with the G-forces. And we're going to be leaving Kerbin. So that's actually really cool. And you can actually see the moonrise come around the planet. That's cool, man. This is such a cool game. I love it. I have so much fun playing this. Unfortunately, I've killed one too many Kerbins in my time, but Kerbals, I should say. So, yeah, this is fun. So let's speed this up. I don't want you to sit here all day, and so I'm going to speed this up so our capsule moves forward in time, and you can see it leaving the planet, and you can see the moon is actually encroaching. Actually, we're encroaching on the moon's orbit, and it's going to be capturing us soon. So, alright, so now we're at the point where we're in capture. So the moon wants to actually capture us and hold us and bring its, pull us toward it. But we are moving at such a high velocity that if we don't slow down, we are going to blow right past it. So right about here, I'm going to add a maneuver. And, oops, I'm sorry, I'm going to slow us down so that our next maneuver is going to put us, that's good, about 20,000 meters off the surface of the moon. And I'm going to speed up time so that we can get there really quick. Ooh, we don't want to overspeed. So I'm going to hit our maneuver jets. Wow, that's fast. And at the 30-second mark, we have to burn our engine for 30 seconds. Do we have enough? I think we should. And I have to remember right before that to bring in my solar panels. I don't want to rip them off. 50. Alright, let's bring in our solar panels, because we don't want to harm those. We definitely need those. One. Boom. So what we're doing now is we're firing our engine so that we are now slowing down, so that we can be captured by the moon. About 13 seconds. Five seconds to cut off. Boom. Ooh, look at that. That was good. So, get rid of that maneuver. So now you can see I slowed down. So now we have this elliptical orbit around the moon, and our periapsis is roughly 22. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So, but now we're going really slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up again, so that you don't have to sit there for 5 hours. And you got to be careful, because I don't want to pass it up. Although if I did pass it up, it would be no big deal. I would just wait for the next orbit to slow down, but I don't want you guys to be bored, if you're not bored already. But here we go. So I am going to quickly make a maneuver, slow us down even more, so that now we are in a gentle, perfect orbit around the moon. Let's So now basically we're in orbit around the moon. I'm about to slow down so that we become more of a eccentric orbit in 12 seconds. which is cool. Nice sunrise. So 10 seconds. We definitely have enough fuel. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Excellent. We'll definitely have enough fuel to land. So now you can see we have a beautiful little eccentric orbit around the moon. And because the moon has less gravity, it won't take us as much to slow down to land on the moon. So our next procedure is to land on the moon. And I think I'm going to try to land somewhere in this crater, because in this universe, flat land seems to be in the craters, right? And you can see these huge canyons. One day I'm going to land and bring a car with me, little moon rover, and explore those. That looks like a really cool idea. But let's speed this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do now, so let me explain what I'm going to do. I am going to put my aircraft in retrograde to make sure that I am facing the opposite direction of my speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down my orbit trajectory so that it's 0, so that the aircraft will literally stop, and then the gravity of the moon will capture me and pull me toward the moon. So let's speed up a little bit. I'm going to do it right after this crater. Alright, let's fire our engines, and you can see our speed is coming down relatively quickly. Although I think I overshot my destination a little bit, but that's okay. We'll figure it out as we go. How much fuel do we have? Ooh. Ooh. Danger, Will Robinson. I don't know if we're going to have enough. I don't know if we're going to have enough. 3, 2, 1. Alright. So we have slowed down our velocity so that the moon is now going to capture us, and we are now going to be descending toward the surface. Oh, gosh, I have fuel left. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough to make this landing. But I definitely don't have enough fuel to get back to Earth. So, yeah, she's all happy, but she just doesn't know how much trouble she's in. So let's speed this up a little bit so that we can get closer and we can make this. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to toggle our landing gear, and I'm going to fire that engine and slow us down. And I'm going to keep doing that. That slowed us down really nice. This looks pretty flat. We might luck out here. I hope. We're speeding up here again. We're at 64, 66 meters per second. We definitely want to slow down. And I'm going to speed this up for you so that you don't have to... Oh, I can't. You're stuck with me, folks. You're stuck watching. It won't let me speed up time. Physics engines. So we're about 30 meters off the surface. We're running a little fast right now, so I'm going to have to slow down. Those short little bursts seem to be doing it. I might be able to get away with one more. And here, oh, this is a big hill. Oof. Gentle, gentle. Oh dear. Come on. We're almost there. And we have landed on the moon. Yay! So I'll take Valentina out for a little EVA. Let go. Whee! Ouch! Sorry, Valentina. Okay, so let her run out, and we'll plant a flag. Boom! For all Kerbal kind. Alright. So there we have it. Landed on the moon successfully. But now she's stranded. Maybe next episode I'll do a rescue mission. Alright. Jason signing off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take it easy.